Hey Hritik, good to see you, my man.
Hey Mario, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
All good, all good.
Beautiful. Hritik, can you please explain to the viewers who you are, where you're from, and what kind of business you run?
Yeah, so I'm originally from India, but I usually stay in Toronto, and I run an AI-led content agency. So basically, what we do is we help entrepreneurs create personal brands without them ever having to record a single video. So we build out their AI clones and we create content through that.
Amazing. All right. Well,
Yep.
definitely something that I can see growing now that we're diving more and more into AI and a lot of
Yes,
business
hope
owners that
so.
want to show themselves.
Yeah, hoping so.
Okay. So tell me, how can I support you today? What's the problem that you want to take a look at and ideally solve?
So the biggest issue that I usually have and that I had been facing for the past month, I would say, was trying to keep myself accountable and procrastinating a lot because I don't have a co-founder. It's just me. I'm a solo founder, and I have my team, but like they don't keep me accountable that much. But like I have to keep myself accountable, which sometimes is like not possible with like distractions in place or like I don't know. So that's the core problem that I'm trying to solve.
hmm Okay. So what I'm hearing is that the problem for you is procrastination. There are certain tasks that you're not doing or you're not doing them consistently. Can you help me understand?
I would say that, and so like I would tell you what it looks like in the day to day. Okay, so
Mhm.
I was using Trello to manage my to-do list, but like now I take like a notepad and like
Mhm.
I try to like do everything. Now if you can see this notepad, it's 23rd June, but it still has like four things unticked. And now
Mhm.
I've moved on to like different pages which has like more tasks to do with like
Okay.
some unticked things. So like that is what is going on. Like I know I have to do these things and I'm working for 10 hours or 8 hours every day and I don't think so that I'm working so much that I can complete these things. So like that's what I feel like, procrastination, not getting the important shit done, and maybe trying to delay things. I don't know. You should be able to maybe help me out here better, but like these are
Mhm.
the core issues.
Got it. Okay. And when you say important things aren't get done, can you help me understand? Is it a specific type of work that doesn't get done, or is it just all across the board?
I would say it's across the board. It's not like that it's a specific thing, but I
Mhm.
would say that it's across the board. And I would say it varies as well. Like when I and it's like some sort of like self introspecting here, but like when I see content working for me, I like create more content and I'm like happy to do that. But when I see like my content not working and not getting in enough leads for me, then like maybe I would procrastinate that. Like if I'm doing Dream
Mhm.
100 outreach, so like and I don't see that working ever, but like I still try to push myself to do that, hoping that trying to make changes that it will work like once you optimize it enough. But like yeah, so I would say it's across the board and it varies where the bottleneck is.
Okay. So would you say that there is a commonality between what you procrastinate in terms of when you feel things are working, you're happy to do more of it, but when you feel it's not working, then you encounter procrastination?
Yeah, and like to counter that, like I have these no, like what do you call it, like post-it notes in front of my
Yeah.
screen, and
Yeah.
I was talking to Chris the other day, and like he was like, stop tracking outcomes and start tracking your lead measures or like what you're putting in. So like I try to do that, but like it's hard for me to ignore the results, right? Like I know I want to produce like 5 videos every week, but like it's hard to just ignore the results and just focus on that. Okay, I produced 5 videos this week, but what did that
Hmm.
get me?
Hmm. Okay. So, just so before we move on, I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that we're clear on this. Are you saying that when you feel that the results are not showing, that's when the procrastination kicks in?
I would I would think so, yeah. Like I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other thing that you feel is making you want to procrastinate or makes you procrastinate other than this? Is there anything else that you find is a big thing?
Sometimes I just don't feel like working. I don't know, maybe it's with everyone. Like even today before this call, so like I worked from and it's like 4 p.m. here, 4:43 p.m. here to be precise. I worked from 12 till 3-ish, I think, and 3 I took a break, and I thought like, I'll just take a half an hour break, eat some food, and get back to work. And then like I sat down on the couch, relaxed a little bit, after eating food, and like then like the entire thing, like when my body started to become like, okay, I just want to take a rest now. And then like 4 p.m. I had to push myself that, okay, we need to get back to work or else this entire day is getting wasted. I've got to get
Mm,
back to work.
okay. So it it sounds like this could be connected, right? Because there's this sense of like a lack of excitement, as I would describe it. It's like things are not working the way you want them to, and then it's like, I'd rather relax. Or how do you procrastinate? Is that procrastinating for you? Or is it like you focus on certain tasks, like easier tasks, or you go
Both.
on social media, or a mix of
Both.
all of that?
I would say both. So like today, so for our Dream 100, like I would give you an example from today. So for our Dream 100, we have the system in place that like the VA does everything for me, like the research and
Hmm.
everything, and then all I have to do is like take that information and script out the scripts. Okay, now we try to do like 10 documents every day. So like
Hmm.
I had to script out like 30 scripts today.
Hmm.
Now that was like an overload for me. So like since morning I have been avoiding that task, and like
Hmm.
just now when I sat at 4 I started doing that, and then I realized, oh, I have this call in half an hour. But
Hmm.
like that's the idea. Like I could procrastinate by doing easy tasks. Like I was recording B-rolls today, like easy as shit. Like it doesn't require anything, right?
Got it.
So like that, and like sometimes like at 3 p.m. I was just scrolling on my phone, like Instagram, TikTok, like just scrolling through. So it was that. Sometimes it would be that, I would resort to something else, like going out of the house, meeting friends, maybe going out drinking, skipping work, all of
Got it.
that. It
Got it.
could be
Okay.
mixed.
Okay. Understood. So that's clear to me now. Now help me understand, what is it about a task or a goal that you have, an outcome that you want to achieve, that not working, that makes you then procrastinate? How do you feel when a when you're not seeing the results that you want?
I mean, it feels bad. I mean, it's like y- we are putting in so much work and like we are not getting anything in return. Like like I'm putting in the inputs, like I'm doing the work, and like then it's not working out. Like if that's not making any headway, then it's a disappointment.
Hmm. Yeah. And when you feel disappointed, do you feel like working more or less?
Or like less, like I would not want to do the thing that's making me feel disappointed, right?
Hmm. Okay. So it sounds like you gave yourself the answer why you procrastinate.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like I can on paper it might it like I can I understand, like like if I don't feel disappointed, or if I detach myself from that expectation or detach myself from that disappointment, that no matter what happens, I'm going to build out 10 documents each day. I'm not going to look at how much money I'm making in my bank or how many clients I'm signing every month. I'm going to produce 5 videos every week. I'm just reading out what it's there. But like it, I, like it's good in theory, but like if I'm seeing the results, right? Because end of the month I sit down, I do all the metrics and see how many Dream 100 documents did we send, how many calls did we book, how many clients did we sign, and then I don't see it adding up. So like
Hmm.
then it becomes a disappointment. Like how do I not see that? Like how can I
Hmm.
just ignore myself from those things?
I didn't say that, right? I didn't say that you should ignore that. So
All right,
just want
true.
before we go, like I
Yeah.
got you, but like before we go further, I want you to just look at this, right? Can you see that when you feel disappointed, it makes you procrastinate?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
And you just said that, how can I not feel disappointed because I do all this work and then the end of the month, I don't see the results.
Yeah.
But you also told me that you're not doing the things required to get to the results.
Like I
Yes or
okay.
no?
No, not
Okay.
consistent.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Not
That's
consistent.
okay, good. See? So just watch, right? I'm not doing what's required to get the results that I want. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing what's required. Then I look at the end of the month at my results and I feel disappointed because I didn't get the results that I wanted, but I'm not doing what's required to get to the results.
Like there would be two parts to it, honestly. So like if I see something working, and it's not like that, I'm talking about like just 1 week of efforts, like maybe
Yeah.
like doing one thing for a month or like
Mm-hmm.
2 months or something like that, or even for a prolonged duration of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I not see results, then it makes me procrastinate on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like that I'm not putting in efforts, or maybe it's my expectation that I'm demanding results too soon, and which makes me feel disappointed and uh, you know give up in the middle, and I start procrastinating. I don't know. I'm just rambling off here.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Just look at the facts, right? Because there's a factual reality and then there's a felt reality.
Reality, yeah,
And I want you to first look at the factual reality based on what you've been telling me. You've been telling me that I'm not doing what's required to get to the result. And when then I look at the end of the month and the results that I'm getting, and then I'm disappointed about the efforts that I put in.
yeah,
And I go, well, what's the point?
yeah.
Right? And then you said maybe my expectation is just too high.
Could be.
Could be. Mhm. How long have you been trying this?
Like trying what to be.
Well, to get the results that you're looking for. We can also make it specific. What's the result that you're after?
So let's take like Dream 100. Okay, so like the average metrics for anyone, and like it could be, and then again like there are multiple things that get into this picture of comparison and everything, that we should be roughly closing like at least one client for every 100 documents that we send, and
Okay.
like to like close one client we need to book at least 5 calls, considering like a 20-25% close rate. I'm still getting my sales skills up,
Okay.
and like to get 5 calls in, we need at least 15 positive replies, right?
Okay.
And like we have sent over 140 Dream 100 documents, we haven't booked a single call.
Okay. Why not?
That's what I've been trying to solve with like the strategy part of it, that something is there which is not a fit. I don't know, something is going wrong there.
Okay.
It could be our outreach message, it could be the doc itself, maybe the doc is not
Right.
good enough for the prospect
Right.
or something else. But like I'm trying to fix that. But like again, like there is an issue for sure. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
like that. There is an issue. But like
Okay.
that is making me feel disappointed that we put in so much effort, we sent like 140 docs and we booked zero sales calls. Like that's
Mhm.
wastage of man hours. So much wastage of my man hours and for my
Ah,
VA.
okay. So you feel that trying to get to the result, which is to book calls, and not getting to the call is wasted time.
Sort of.
Okay. But
Or if
how are
I
you going to figure out
out, yes,
the way to get there?
that is what I was gonna say. Makes sense.
Okay. What are you learning here?
That lower your expectations, ignore not exactly like ignore the results, but like keep on doing what you're doing, try to fix things what is broken, but like don't feel disappointed when shit doesn't pan out at the end of the month because you actually didn't do the work technically.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's something else that I want you to look at when what you just said. You have a belief, Hritik, that says if I invest time into a way of figuring out
Yeah,
to get to booking a call, but it doesn't end up booking a call, then it's wasted.
yeah,
So you only consider time worth well spent if you get the result.
yeah, makes sense.
Do you see why you're
The
disappointed?
Yeah, because if I don't waste those man hours, I would never get to a point where I have it figured out. And no one technically reaches that point without doing the wrong things and then figuring out this is what we are supposed to do.
Okay,
And then I'm getting disappointed about the wrong thing.
right.
I shouldn't feel, yeah, makes sense.
But hold on. I don't think you've yet gotten the point that I want you to look at. What part in the way that you look at this learning experience is making you feel disappointed?
My time invested not getting me the sales calls.
Yeah, well, you have a way of describing that.
If I if I put X hours and I don't get Y sales calls booked, then it's a wastage of time.
Exactly.
It's not a wastage of time.
Are you sure?
Like after understanding what you were saying, it's not a wastage of time because like you have to figure out like like there is no magic bullet or like silver bullet that someone can hand me that okay, this works, go and do this.
Hmm.
So I would have to figure it out. So technically that's not wastage of time.
Yeah. Do you have to?
What?
Is there someone sitting there with a gun to your head saying you have to do this?
No,
No, right? So no one is forcing you to do this, right?
no,
So if no one is forcing you to do this, then why are you doing this?
because I wanna grow personally and I want to grow my business. That's my internal ambition that I feed on technically or whatever you want to structure it that way. But like
Yeah.
that's my own thing and that's my drive. And me figuring it out leads me to be a better person in my life. So this shouldn't be a disappointment at the end of the day.
Mhm. Okay. So as you were just telling me all of that, right? The reason why you're doing this, how did you feel while you were saying that?
Pretty good.
Mm. Okay. So what if, Ritik, you owned the choice that you made to be an entrepreneur, to be an agency owner, to figure it out, no matter what it takes,
Yeah.
and you stop telling yourself that you have to do this because you don't. You can get a job tomorrow. You can apply for jobs. You don't have to do this. Nobody's
Yeah.
forcing you to do this. You want to do this.
Yeah.
right?
My family, on the other hand, says me to get a job every other day. That, maybe you can get a job if this doesn't work out for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I
And
understand
and
what you're saying.
and so when your family says that, how does that make you feel?
I'm like, no, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Because, like, I got the whole point of doing this is to create wealth, like generational wealth that I want to create. And I can't create that in the next 5 years with a job. So, like, hence I want to do this because it gives me a pathway of creating that generational wealth in the next 5 years. And yeah, which is why I want to do this instead of any other options.
Okay, so you said you want to create generational wealth within the next 5 years.
Not next 5 years, but like be on that path to at least create generational wealth. I- Like, so my mindset in terms of all of this is more like I want to know that, like in the next 5 years, I don't want to have it all figured out, but like I at least want to know that, okay, this offer works for me. I have scaled it from X to Y. I have some proof of concept. Now I know that I can scale it to X, Y, Z if I put in the right efforts and if
Hmm.
I try to just keep on doing the things and try to
Hmm.
figure it out on the way. I
Got
can
it.
I can build it something and then I can invest into real estate X, Y, Z. But like be
Got
on
it.
that foundational path in the next 5 years, which could help me bounce to that generational wealth level. Like I can't build generational wealth in five
Got
years.
it.
I don't know, maybe.
So how many years of the 5 years have you already taken? Like how many are still left?
I would say like I graduated from a master's like last year, and like I consider doing my agency work like more professionally since the day I've joined CA, like from January 2025. So I would say 6 months because
6 months. So you got 4.5 months left.
I got 4.5 years left.
Sorry, four and a half years, not months. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Right? Four and a half
yeah.
years are left. How well do you? Where would you rate yourself, level 1 to 10, in terms of like figuring it out, and given in comparison to the 4.5 years that you still have left? 10 being I'm like absolutely crushing it on track. One being like I'm totally lost. Honestly.
Maybe like 5 or 6 because maybe 6 because sometimes and I think this is this is like with everyone, when a client churns or like when a couple of clients churn in the same month, that feeling of, am I even doing the right offer? Even is this offer even good? Like I start doubting myself
Yeah.
and that gets me to that disbelief that maybe I'm not on the right track, maybe I got to do something else. But then I talk to like people and then like they say that no, you're doing right, but then that's external validation. Like my mind shouldn't even go there or to think
Okay.
that
Can I stop you?
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So I just want to double check whether the six you said is really true, because when you said six, you did this. You're like six. Felt like you were like forcing six, and then you telling me my mind shouldn't be there. Like if you just stop trying to be positive for a minute, and you're just the way it is, would you still rate it at a level 6 out of 10?
Like I don't know, honestly sometimes I just feel so like sometimes I just feel that I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it could be like 2 or 3 as well. But
Yeah.
who has it all figured out?
I don't.
Who has it all figured out? Like, no
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But before we go there, right? This is important. That's why I stopped you here, because I can see there's a mismatch between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is about 5%. 95% of all of you is unconscious,
yeah,
and you're trying really hard to like be positive and come on, I got this, right? Which is a typical thing that founders do. Very normal. I've been there many times myself. But 95% of you is saying, "Oh, how much fucking longer? Man, what else do I have to do? This is so exhausting. This is so tiring." Right? And I can
Yeah.
see you're nodding. So
Yeah.
you can feel that, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I invite you to consider, Hritik, based on the conversation that we've had today, is what if you dropped the whole "I have 5 years to figure this out"? What if you completely let go of that? How would you feel if you completely let go of the 5 year expectation?
Then I have all the time to figure it out.
Okay, and how would you feel if you had all the time in the world to figure it out?
I would feel a bit relaxed, a bit stress free. But like, I don't know if we have time for this, but like, I'll just say one quick thing because um, I tend to procrastinate more when I'm more comfortable. Like, and like I have like a direct tie down to this. So like the month we hit like our max revenue till now, like I was like, okay, now I'm relaxed. I don't, I want to chill. So like, and coming back to what we were talking, so like the 5 year thing in my head was like to help me keep like a bit disciplined. That I don't feel like that I have the entire time in the world, so that I just
Hmm.
don't become laid back and like lazy to do
Ah,
things. That
okay,
was
got
also
you.
the idea.
Yeah,
Or else like I'm pretty comfortable, like my family is pretty comfortable. There is not like, even if
yeah,
I don't work for the next 3 years, I really don't have anything to worry about. So like
yeah,
that's not something that's on my head, but
yeah.
more like
Got
my
it. Okay,
self-ambitious.
got it. So, Ritik, how is that mindset working out for you in helping you figure things out so far?
Till now, it isn't helping me that much, I feel.
Hmm. Okay. So maybe would you be open to considering that that mindset that you just expressed is actually holding you back?
Could be.
Okay, could be, right? So, what do you think about this? The reason I wanted you to really be clear in the beginning that the thing that makes you procrastinate is this feeling of disappointment,
Yeah,
which is really coming from the belief that says I'm a disappointment because I'm not getting what I tell myself I should be getting. What
yeah,
I'm seeing here is you have this arbitrary number in your mind, 5 years, right? It's like in five
yeah,
years' time, I got to figure it out. 5 years' time, then I'm off to generational wealth. You just
yeah,
pulled that out of the air, like
yeah.
without any really thought behind it. This is your first entrepreneurial venture, right?
Second, but like first serious, like the first one was just reselling sneakers.
Okay, good. All right, this is a serious one, right?
Yeah,
Selling
yeah,
sneakers, okay, this is more like a hobby that makes money.
yeah,
Okay, so 5 years, right? You pulled that out of the air, and what I see, Hritik, is that 5 years is weighing on you. It's like oof, and you're desperately trying to push back against it,
yeah,
and it's wearing you out. It's tiring you. And when you say the month that I, get the highest month ever, I don't think what you described there was relaxation. I think what you described there was relief. It's
yeah,
like it's like this. Oh, oh, whew, I did it. Because the way you achieved the results was through willpower and through pushing and forcing, like battling. Like it wasn't it wasn't like an experience of flow.
yeah,
You right? It was really hard.
yeah. Like there was like 2 months of really hard work, like 13 hours, 13-hour days.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
So you see, you have a correlation between if I let go of the 5 years, it means I'm just going to slack off and do nothing and relax. Because why would I work hard? I mean, I have a good family. I don't really need the money,
yeah,
right? But can you see how that mindset is actually making you procrastinate? Because you're always feeling like a disappointment and you never match up to your own expectation of who you should be and what you should be accomplishing.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. How do you feel when I say that? Do you notice any difference inside of you?
Yeah, like I feel like I need to let go of, these goals that I set for myself, like unrealistic goals that, we need to do X revenue by X month, and like
Yeah.
then not reaching that, it feels like a disappointment because that comes from backtracking of like 5 years I want to be here, so like I need to at least be here in the next 6 months, and then when I'm not there, it makes me feel disappointment, which leads to me procrastinating, which leads to me not getting any results.
Very good.
That's the whole idea.
Very
So
good.
yeah.
So now,
Yeah.
since I know you and I know I can, I imagine what's going on in your mind is like, okay, cool, I get that. Yeah, but then what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, like my next question was exactly that. Like, what the hell do I exactly do now?
Good, good. Okay, I'll explain this to you. So, first and foremost, you want to let go of this pressure that you're creating because it's too much pressure. Pressure isn't bad. Like
Yeah,
it's like if you go to the gym and if you expect of yourself to push like 200 kilograms and the
yeah,
most you've ever pushed is 50, your expectation is just going to crush you.
yeah,
And then you call it, oh, I'm just lazy. No,
no,
like it's
yeah,
just not a smart way of approaching it. So, what I would suggest is first and foremost, really let go of this. Like, make some time with yourself, reflect on this conversation with yourself, and say, you know what? Yeah, it really doesn't support me. You have to like bring this to mind because if you don't bring this to mind, you'll just go back to doing more of the same,
yeah,
right? It's like I often use this analogy as like imagine this was actually green tea. Imagine this was
yeah.
hot, like full glass hot. How quick would I drop the glass
Pretty
if
quick
it
if
was
it's
hot?
hot.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
like
quick.
instantly. Like
Yeah,
why? Because my hand would be burning.
yeah,
It, this is you holding on to 5 years. I need to have it figured out, and you don't
yeah,
realize how much this is burning you because you're not looking at it. You're just like, keep going, whatever, just do what I'm doing, right? That's step number one. Step number two is I would spend some time and ask yourself what would be a goal that challenges you, right? Like, like inspires you, challenges you, but does not overwhelm you. Aim for that. I
got
don't
it.
know what that is for you, but you have to make some time for yourself. It has to be like use the SMART process. You know SMART
What the,
goals?
yeah, somewhat. Yeah, like I studied somewhat in like
Look it
MIMB,
up.
so like, yeah, I
Yeah.
know, I know a little bit, so like I'll figure it out.
Okay. So use the SMART process to
Yeah,
design a new goal. Once you have the SMART process, then from there break it down into process driven goals, input goals, which is what you said at the beginning,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But both of those have to be manageable. The most important thing, Hritik, is for you is you gotta get away from creating a business that makes you feel like a disappointment, because that's what you did, and there you cannot win. You created a way for you to be unable to win, which really mirrors back to you and confirms to you the belief you have that says, "I'm a disappointment."
yeah. Makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful.
makes sense.
Was this helpful?
For sure. Yes, a lot of it.
Wonderful,
Really helpful.
wonderful. Awesome, my man. I'm happy that we got to this place. Thank you for playing, and
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. I'll see you in the mindset coaching classes.
All right.
All right.